Dear volunteers and dear citizens of this planet Earth, thank you so much for your participation. And teachers, please type. And retired people at home, also help the teachers to type everything and talk about, so we can learn the process, how we're doing, and the final updates for each of these 10 departments. For people that do not know, those 10 departments are forming a constitution for all countries. That's why we say international constitution, all right? We just improve the words of our explanation at our channel. So please have a look and share every day 10 sentences, 10 links with everyone you know, all right? We really appreciate your cooperation because we need 1,000, 1,000,000 subscribers for people to see our videos so they can write the updates at their school, but also for us to have some money, for us to start this piloting plan for our schools, for our office, okay? For everything we need, including in some stores, a thrift store, a regular store, right? A restaurant, all these places that are close to each other. So please, if you can help us here in Florida, from until south of Georgia, that's okay. It needs to be close to the beach because we're gonna fish. We need to have fun ourselves, so adults can go fishing. So in a reasonable few blocks, right, up to 1 kilometer, right? Everything is up to 1 kilometer. So we really appreciate if you have one land with building available. Already talk to your neighbors, try to see if they can offer, because we need a place to start, right? And also with land we can plant food for the international conference. Oh, it's okay, we can go also to another location, right? That's all right, no problem. Can have 2 different locations because the conference is gonna be just for a few weeks, but we need a farm to feed all those families coming for the conference. All right, so here we have some more updates. We really appreciate your participation, and please share every day at your social media, at your emails, talk to family, friends, neighbors, and co-workers, right? So we can have more subscribers, and soon we get to 1,000 and 1,000,000 subscribers. So this money coming in from YouTube advertisement can also help us to purchase the furniture for the schools, the fence, the wall, the gates, and everything else we will need. We really appreciate. Let's get going. It's a gift to have your participation. For bleach that people can pour, pure bleach, you need a transparent container. And here's an improvement also for coconut, olive oil, that people, when they don't have condition anymore, they can get a few drops of coconut oil, a few drops, whichever oil we have, or olive oil. It's better to eat, right? But if they need, 1 or 2 drops, plenty. Transparent cup. And here you see this tip, when the best is to have the pointy one. You see a container that's a little pointy here, and for bleach the same way, one that has a little point, so the people will know. For bleach, of course, this is okay because people are gonna put it straight on their hands, so that's all right. But when people will be using for bleach on their laundry, they just need a few drops in a stain they have, for example. So they know exactly where they're gonna put those 2 drops. And if they wet before or wet after, whichever is the instructions for the stain they have, right? Of course, only in white. Some people don't know that. They never even heard. Natives, they never heard. They don't know what bleach is. Okay, but we can keep, all right? So have the pointy top, and always transparent bottom instead of this white one. Okay, very good. We see you soon. All right, so let's go over the things the business is gonna do. Business and government. Contracts you did with everyone since you opened the company. Okay, business owner is going to do that. Government leader is going to do that. Pay stubs. Pay stubs to your employee. Business owner is going to do that. You see here? Government leader is going to do it too. Taxes. All the business going to do it. Okay? And the government going to show income and expenses. Okay? Government going to do a little different. So business going to do taxes and government going to do all their income from taxes and all their expenses from taxes. Okay, you see here? All right. Licitations. You know, when the government apply to different companies, we need a road made, we need railroad made, we need an airport made. Okay, so they open licitations. I believe that's the right word. For many families to apply, many companies to apply, right? So they have to put how they advertise. They are clear, they are honest, they always put on their website, or they just contact the ones they like, their own family members, their own friends. You have to prove it. All government leaders, how you done those roads, those airports, you sent to other countries without helping your own. You know, they have, as an office and as a person, they have to do all these things. Okay? Business owners that sold their company, they do bad, and they sell. Oh, you have to do it yourself. And people that purchase, they're going to do what they know since the day they purchase. You're going to stop this. And everything goes to the peace point. You see here? All right? What is it? We are not clowns. Citizens of this planet Earth are not clowns. We are not dolls. If people can do anything they want, or, you know, pebbles or pieces of sand in a beach. No, we are not. We are human beings. We deserve dignity. We need dignity in our planet, okay? All right, so yes, if you're business owners now, or if you have any business, for your entire life, you're going to do it. But for the last 10, 20 years, for business owners, the last 20 years, everything you can. The name of the workers, if you pay them properly or not. If they sue you, you know, you're going to make a proper report. If you need 2 more days, if you're alone, you don't have that company anymore, you don't have helpers anymore, take 2 or 4 more days. But if you have right now the workers to help you, the business still open, or you can pay people to help, having 2 or 4 days, but no more. All right, now let's say a few words for salad dressing. Maybe you have a container. Yes, use it now. Even ranch, creamy, use it now, a little bit, because that little taste, yes, use it now until end of July, those creamy things, vinaigrettes of all types, also use the worst first, okay? All right, so use them, yes. If you have a bunch of mustard, use them. Because as I said, sometimes if you squeeze one little thing of that for 5 people, 4 people, 2 for 10 people, make a difference, give a little taste. Okay, because some people are not used to eat plain salad as some other people. So we don't want to hurt anyone. Any adjustment you can do, you do it. You know, they have what? They have oil, they have vinegar, that's fine. Use the worst one first, such as this one. Look, they have xanthan gum. They have mustard flour. Look at this. You know, they have sugar, a bunch of bad things. But sometimes it's better to have a little bit of that than nothing. You know, if the people threw up, because some people are so not used to some types of food, if they threw up right there, they're going to lose a lot of points. And the person in charge of checking the cafeteria, whichever is outside, picnic tables or inside, need to make those reports. Because even adults can do it. If the food is not bad, of course. If the food is bad, doesn't count. You know, everybody cooking food, at the end, they have to taste the food. But not to be tasting again, is enough of salt or not. No, taste once. While you're preparing, I think it's the best, before they get ready. Then you already taste, maybe one of those meat that you believe that was good and you froze, you took the air and everything, maybe something happened, they're not so good anymore. Yes, you taste the food. Two different couples two different people taste the food. Okay? Two different people. And for to be reasonable, right? One person from one couple or another person from another couple. Taste everything that's cooking. Taste the fruits, because some fruits get bugs. You don't even know. They taste like medicine. It's crazy. So yes, taste the food. All right? If they're not rotten, people need to eat. Okay? That's important. All right. What else? So yes, you eat that. But after the organization launching day, you cannot have those creamy with milk. So like ranch, use it first. Then you use the vinaigrettes or those with a bunch of things. Then you use those that just have a very few items. You see this one here? Let me show you. This one here has, can't see. Has vinegar, mustard seed, salt, turmeric, and spices. So you don't know about the spices, but about the rest, it's not too many ingredients compared to other things you might have. I'm just talking about options, okay? So first you're gonna use everything with milk, or milk cream, or these white ones, such as ranch. Then you're gonna use those that are more transparent, with more items. Then you're gonna use those with less items. In small bags, big bags, doesn't matter, okay? All right, very good. Let's get organized and let's get ready, and we see you soon. And the other thing, according to the pollution of your city, wash them with soap and water. So not only vinegar, but like fruits that take too long to ripen, or any fruit that comes from cities, wash them with soap and water. Get a little towel, put some drops of soap and wash them properly. Like food can, wash them with soap and water. If you have any doubt, because soap and water, or for can, you can put vinegar just to clean anything from other people that were handling them before, right? And for moringa, for all those plants that are hard to wash, what you're gonna do? You can wash them well. First you take moringa, you always have to take them apart, right? You always have to take them apart. You slide them from the main stem, right? The stem of the plant, because thick ones like that is hard to eat. And then you keep all the thin ones, you see here? You see? So you keep all the thin ones. All right, when you're ready to eat, before the meal, and then you're gonna wash them really well. Yes, you can put them in vinegar. So you get the portion for your family or for the clubhouse, whichever is your reality, or for students. And then you put vinegar first because they're dry. You put vinegar in that quantity, open up, whichever container you have, baking pan, baking pans. Yeah, you keep them for now because they can be very useful. If that's what you have, keep them. Do not throw them away because they can be useful for those things. To keep things, to wash things, to put vinegar, okay? So you keep them, for any reason, or even to put the eggs so they don't fall, You don't want anything, eggs to fall on the floor from the counter. So you can keep them. You spray them all with vinegar, the eggs that you just harvest, right? You just pick them up. Okay, so here, first vinegar, and then you rinse well. If needed, you use a strainer. Okay, if needed, use a strainer, so you won't lose anything. Forbidden to lose. And you don't know if that sink is really clean, so you don't go to worry on that moment. It's not your responsibility. You are the students or the couple in charge of doing the salad. So after the vinegar, you wash them well. Do not put soap and water. If you have those veggie and salad washers that you dilute, some of them is ready to spray, you can use them. Use them now, because we have more pollution in the air now, right? On the future we're gonna use vinegar, lemon, but now use them first, okay? All right, very good. The other thing, if you have cereals, right? Because every house gonna bring their things to the clubhouse on the announced day, okay? So you're gonna use first those cereals that, those huge boxes with small bags inside. It's crazy, right? But it's true. So use the bulky items first, right? Whichever it is. But if you have like crackers, those things that they're not really healthy, sometimes might be military food, So look at this. It's only 2 crackers. This is a huge bag. Look how big is this bag. You see here? It makes no sense. So everything that's bulky, use, and unhealthy, use first. Then you use the healthy bulky. And then, you're gonna make an order. So at the kitchen records book of every business, if you're gonna offer food, if you're gonna keep food, such as the residential communities and schools, write it down what you have. Okay, write it down. If it's a business that have more than 20, let's keep 20. If it's a business more than 20 people working there, 20 or more people working there, yes, you can also keep food and use the words first and use it afterwards. Okay? But after the due date for business, you can only have your business open if it has all rules and guidelines. Okay? That's something else. If you have any approved store, supermarket, you still can have it until the organization launching day. That's the due time. Hopefully everything worked well. That will be August 24th. Okay, so what you're gonna do? You can still offering meals, healthy meals, right? You can still organize your things the best as possible, okay? But yes, you will have after the organization launching day, you can only open them up if they're perfectly organized and clean, everything neat, with those 10 department director couples, their own parents helping them at the same site, okay? All right, because priority will be to have families united. We have to keep that in mind. Families united, okay? All right, very good, and see you soon. So what we are doing is really not a joke. How many organizations were created so many years ago, and planet Earth is still how it is. So this is the best idea up to the moment, as far as a study, a look online for the people, the organizations, the teachers. That's the best we found so far. It's the Peace and Love International Organization, okay? And we're all gonna be united. No disaster relief, no people going to other countries, such as the doctors aboard or something like that. None of this, none of them are needed. We are going to take care of our own local communities, our own county, ourselves, people that live in that area, okay? Even for refugees, if you search it up, there's so many non-profit organizations, that come up, organizations that help refugees, and still millions of refugees waiting for a house, waiting for food gardens, waiting to move, right? Okay? All right, so that's how we're gonna do. So in a few words, you know, government leaders and business owners, they're gonna do this, this and that, this and that, as I already said, right? And then they're gonna lay off everything under their work position, right, that they're in charge, and then they give 1 day extra, right? So they're gonna do this on an even day, and then they jump 1 day, and the next even day they resign, saying very clearly, from today on, the Goiana Ferreira from the Peace and Love International Organization will be in charge to guide us, you know, and that's how it's gonna be. That's the only way. The other thing that I didn't say is beauty salons, haircut places. All these places gonna close for now, and they're gonna reopen after. So what these people, all these people gonna do? Plant food, plant tree, all right? So now I'm going to say a few words. Yeah, the library is gonna clear up all the books, gonna leave only the books related to food planting and related to native plants planting, native trees and bushes and supporting plants, right? Okay, so this is already decided. Every public and private school, they're just gonna take those words, their name gonna continue the same in English. You already make the translation, the sign is still the same. All right? Okay, so now, what else I have to say? For food vans, and of course, gonna be some extra ones, right? Maybe 20 total. And this parking lot, you know, that will be the city office, right? So we're gonna tell more words afterwards how the city office will be done, okay? But every business of any type, public or private, they just take the public word out and the private words out, keep their name if it's positive, already change their name, and change their sign up front and, you know, at the street and also the front of their main door. Okay, so let's talk about the sign. So signs usually are a rectangle. So on the top you're gonna write 4 words: Peace and Love International Organization. All right, peace here and so Peace and Love International Organization, right? All right, organization. Okay, and then here in the center you already have your name, so you can paint everything bright yellow or white, something that's gonna stand out the opposite color of the background, whichever is your reality. And you keep that same exact sign for now. That doesn't make no sense for us to make new ones, right? So you keep that already, what you already have. So here's your name. Might be 2 words, might be more, right? Okay. So, whichever it is, you leave that name. So, Peace and Love Organization, and you keep that name, or you already change a new one. If you're closing your business entirely, you're gonna keep Peace. So, then you're gonna do that. You're gonna put Peace and Love International Organization in a way that fits on the sign you already have. A little larger, a little smaller, but in bold. Okay, of this sign you already have. All right, and then you're gonna write here small available, and then you can already write right there or inside, you know, in another door, whichever it is, the email of the owner. Why email? Because phone call doesn't work. Email is a document, and then you're gonna say, we, 4 couples that live at this residential community, we want to apply to have there this or that, a school or whichever it is, okay? All right, so then you're gonna send the email and wait for 48 hours for an answer, 48 business hours for an answer. If they don't answer, you write again and you leave a note at the door, okay? You leave a note stuck at the door, all right? Or in the mailbox. okay? You leave a printed letter, that same email with your proposal, you print and you put there under the door in a safe location, you know, or at the trim of the door or in a mailbox, whichever you think is the most reasonable, or two, one at mailbox and one at the front door. All right, they're gonna write small and not so in bold, not too bright, because then it will be easy to cover that up and write the new business name right here. It's a restaurant, a school, a preschool, whichever it is. All right, very good. We see you soon. All right, the other things that for teachers that are applying for the conference, this is another thing we can do. So, for example, for this part of the image, is there two muscles that you can name? For this part of the image, is there two muscles? And then you're going to say, yes, right leg, left leg. So that's exactly how we're going to do. We're going to show the cell phone to some different images. You know, this part of the body, there are two that you can name. There are two that you can name. Of course, everything in English, okay? Great. All right, so here are some examples. You can keep a few images of the books you're throwing away if they don't have anything in another language, if they have only like some titles, some words in English or none. So if they have anything like anything else in another language, you can't keep. And then you can write a few words already in English, you know, age appropriate, of course. You know, just to keep a few, you know, such as second graders and above, you know, a few images of things you believe that is reasonable, because right now we don't even have many gardeners to teach science. Okay, so you keep, if it's not in English, you have to put a white page, glue a white page entirely and in the middle as well, or throw away. Okay, but a few you can keep, because some books have nice images. This is just an example of the book I got at the thrift store. Okay, so for breathing, you know, and also let me see if I have something else here. This, oops, this way, right? And here I have a few, you know, so you can write already in English the words, and up to 20 years old, what you think is appropriate, right? Okay? And if they're in English, just a very few, age appropriate. Okay, here's that, what I want to see a few more words. And here's where we can keep a few, right? A few images. All right, because we're going to avoid writing too much on a blackboard, right? The teacher's blackboard. We're not going to use a smart board. Okay, so you already start taking those things out. We're gonna have a computer room with large computers, and also other rooms with large screen. Everyone sit and watch that video, okay, or that part of the document. So here the periodic table, we're gonna keep exactly like that for now, and maybe in 2 years or maybe even 4 years we're gonna announce any adjustment. It's important for us to study, even that we're not going to extract them anymore, and we are going to have examples at the school for each one that's available, right? Okay, all right. And this, you can also write the words in English, you know, and for teachers that are applying for the conference, we're gonna ask, do you know any muscle name for this image, for that image, for this image? That's how we're gonna do it, okay? For this image. So, and we're gonna take notes if they were right or wrong. You know, we can also ask questions about the periodic table. We can ask questions about the human being, about the videos, you know, about the native plants. And the videos, we can also ask personal questions related for you, applying couple and the children, the teens, the elders, related to what is already posted at our YouTube channel. For example, which one was your best videos? Tell me 2 you like the most. So you're gonna say related to this department or related to that department. Or when we show our plants, when we were planting small pots, small containers, or when we were showing around the street where we live, I don't know, whichever, or sunrise, sunset. So you're gonna also have these opportunities to express yourself. Okay, all right, thank you. Okay, so here's an improvement. You are going to have 3 places for bones. Fish only, okay? Chickens only, because some chickens, when you break them down, they also are very sharp. Remember, that's why we don't give chicken bones to dogs, remember? Okay, most of the bones. Because some of them you break, they get really bad, really sharp. The third one is for mammals. Every other mammal, okay? Or something else that's authorized, or some fish also don't have those very stringy things. But let's do this 3 separate ones: mammals, chicken, and fish. They are 10 meters apart. You're going to make a sign, a metal sign for each one. Say, and then you're going to put those words, right? Mammal, mammal bones. That's number 1. Mammal bones. Chicken bones. And 3 here. What is it? Fish bones. Number 3. And then if it's another one to grind, that's good to grind. I'm not going to let you know afterwards. All right? If you eat reptile, okay, then you can do reptile. Number 4, reptile. Oh, sorry, here, okay? That's okay, reptile, because some people eat alligators, right? So, or something else. You can put reptiles if it's your reality, or something else that is not mammal, okay? All right, so you're gonna have those compost. According to your reality, you're gonna put a 1/2 meter deep or 1 meter deep soil on the top. I believe a 1/2 meter soil on the top. So you're gonna dig that area, and a 1/2 meter soil, that will be enough, okay? To avoid what? Mostly raccoons and something else that would come for the scent. Keep away from your gardens, because you don't want them, animals from the wild, to come for any of those scents, and then suddenly the garden's right there, and then they're gonna eat things from your garden. Avoid that, because some have rabies. Keep them really far away. Put them really far away at the end of your community where no gardens are there. In a shady area, for example. Use the sunny area for planting food and the trees we need to grow, and keep those things far away, because even trees, the nursery for tree planting, you also have to be careful with this tree. Why? Because they have sprouts, and some animals love those tiny sprouts. Okay? So keep those 4 signs. If you don't have anything here yet, already make and leave it blank. Because you might get some food along those 1 or 2 years that you never even imagine you're going to have, that are not mammals, but you're going to eat. Because that's what you have for protein, okay? Because nobody can eat a full plate of even moringa or spinach or kale or broccoli, right? We need a variety of other things as well, other colors, okay? All right, it's like vegans. Many vegans, soon they start to have deficiencies in one thing or another. Or they're very skinny, too skinny. That's not healthy either. All right? Okay, very good. Let's do it. So, you are ready. Let's say you got 20 chickens. You're going to process them yourself. So, you're going to clean, separate the parts. And, the inside parts the same way. You're going to separate all the parts you got on that chicken according to your country. Because some countries don't eat that. They don't even sell that. Some countries eat everything, right? So according to reality, you do it, you process. Eat the ones that have less meat and more bones first. That's this an example. Okay. If it's a chicken, you're gonna keep the breasts to eat in 6 months, in a year, 2 years, who knows? Save them and save the beef, from mammals of all types. If they're soft or hard, you're gonna figure them out. And you see this little plastic, you're gonna put the information like a half sandwich bags. They're very small. Syllable. Put the note and write, because even beef, they also have many parts. They have those that are very hardened, those that are very soft, those that from old cows, and those that those that are very soft. Write it down, the type, because some people, they're not meat eaters, but somebody will know. Oh, those are hard, you need to cook a little longer. Those are soft, you need to cook less time. Just to have an idea, at least you have an idea, okay? So get that information, put in this small bag, transparent bag, put it right there, and you seal here. If you have a heat sealer that takes air, it's even better. You're gonna get more points for that. Instead of buying regular sealable bags at the supermarket, if you have that machine that takes air, oh yes, you're gonna get more points, because this food gonna last longer for everything that you will freeze. Okay? Use your freezers for meat, good protein, not for bread, for example. Okay? Everything make good sense. If you have a lot of bread now, it's okay, keep them, they're safe, but as you start using them, fill up all your freezers with protein, okay? Protein, real meat, okay? Real breasts, chicken breasts, real mammals, food or beef, right? Okay? All right. And of course, you also use the worst first. For example, you got an alligator, you got a crocodile. Yes, we can cook. They taste like fish. It's fine. Put in a pressure pan, So here the food, right? What you do? Put on a pressure pan. Already cook them first. Here. Oops, sorry. Here. Reptiles, eat them first. What you gonna leave for last? The one that have more protein, less bones, such as beef. Take the bones out. Some meat, they also come with a lot of bones. Already process that before you put on those transparent bags. And yes, let's do it mandatory. After the organization launching day, it's mandatory to freeze food with that little machine that takes the air, and with heat, they already seal this part. So everybody gonna be safe for those first 2 years, because it's too much for everybody to know about each other. But if you have them, that is good. Now let's talk about refrigerators and freezers. What you need the most are the freezers, because the refrigerator, you're going to have the salads right there at your neighborhood. You're going to have fruits at your neighborhood, at your city, right? And they're going to stop coming anyways, right? And you can have vitamins, minerals, and everything else from salad. So you don't worry about fruits, but you need the meat. Okay, so what you're going to do? You need freezers here. Freezers. So you can have the long ones, that's fine, with door. And you can have the horizontal ones with door, that is fine. Okay? Because they fit a lot, and you're gonna make them parts. So for the horizontal ones, you're gonna divide them in 4. So And every time you get a new batch, you put that you need to use. So what you're going to do? You're going to transfer the old. So left is always the old, right? And here's the older. And then you transfer this to this to that, and this to this, according to your reality of those 4 places. How are you going to divide them? Do the best you can. Even a piece of cardboard is fine. As soon as the inspectors will come, they will see that you're very organized and you have something here. The other thing you can use is, for example, a lid, a flat plastic lid that you can use, such as from a container that you're not using or something like that, a plastic, right? That's not sharp, not going to cut anybody's hand. So you can use, all right? So came a new one comes here, the new meat. Okay, comes here. And you pass the older. And if it's a bad meat, all right, so if just arrive a reptile meat, you're not going to keep that too long. You use first, right? Reptiles, use first, okay? Or pieces of chicken, like a liver or whichever. Some countries, they, as I told you, they eat everything. Even neck. They're so hungry, even neck of chickens. So if it's a neck of chicken, a bag, that you just process yourself from 10, 20, 40 chickens you got raw and need to process, already put them here. Why? Because chicken necks don't have much meat, but have some, throwing away. Alligator, crocodile, it's too hard to cook it first, so they're gonna come straight here. You're not going to pass everything. You keep the better meat here, and you keep passing, because everything goes from what? From left to the right, right? From left to the right. So that's how you're gonna do it. So if it's a bad meat, go straight here to use it first. If this is empty, and then you pass the next one, it should be in order. Because those good beef and those good chicken breast, you keep them for 1 or 2 years, they're gonna be fine. According to how fast you process them and freeze them. They lose the capacity if they're being frozen again, and then you see, if they're frozen again, you got the frozen, they have too many bones, you have to process them and then freeze them again. That's okay. But then they're gonna come to this box here or to this box here, according to reality. Understand? All right. The other thing, if you get a very weird animal, such as ostrich, or a kangaroo, or a zebra. Zebra is like horse. That's okay. Gonna be treated like a cows. Those animals, that's okay. But if you get anything that's too weird, cook them first. And of course, the first base of all, if you trust the people that are giving that, or if you have no other option, right? Okay, so that's what you're gonna do. All right, so here you always gonna keep what you're gonna cook first, the worst food. Those with more bones, or those that you don't know, because you have to remember, animals is like us. For example, some people eat liver of many animals. Some countries they don't have any options. They do eat those things, right? Okay, we're gonna do the same. Keep and already eat. It's a great opportunity for people to get practice. They have to eat, even as that's just a spoon of it, they have to eat. Okay? It's mandatory to eat. They don't have to eat the whole plate, but they have to eat at least 1 spoon of whichever meat you offer them. Okay, we're gonna tell in grams afterwards. All right, very good. So you already know the horizontal freezer. And if it's a vertical freezer, the whole thing is a freezer. If you get transparent top, you get more points. If you get the horizontal as well, if it's a transparent door, transparent door, you get much more points, okay? Because the camera from the kitchen or the walls or the ceiling, whichever cameras you have, will already be showing what you're doing. So you will get more points, security points, okay? When we go to the Peace app, or even now you can already start. We got a freezer with transparent door on this day. We got 10 freezers with transparent door on this day. Who you gonna contact to get those transparent door freezers? Supermarkets, they're gonna close down, already contact them. And catch up, remind them every 2 weeks. Look, remember, we're here very close, remember. We are this community, we have that number of apartments or houses, we need them. Okay, so if your houses, you're gonna close your kitchens in 6 months, 2 years, 4 years, whichever is your reality, you're gonna keep those freezers and send to the following city that's open with the families that are going. So that's why we are going to keep some trucks, moving trucks, because all those families are moving, right? So we need freezers, right? And as you get the ones with transparent doors, you cancel the other ones. You send them to recycle centers. You got 2 more, 10 more, 20 more transparent doors. You send them. Okay? All right, very good. Now, for horizontal freezers, these 4 parts here, gonna be what? The bottom, if you just turn a little bit, that's how gonna be. The bottom, gonna be the best one, and the top part, the last shelf, gonna be the one you're gonna use first, okay? That's the simplest way you can remember. You just flip the paper and that it is. So here's easy to explain, and you just flip them like that, and this is your horizontal freezer, and that goes first. Everything that just arrived or everything that is almost expired, do it first. Okay, basically is that. Very good, and we see you soon. So if they already came separate or not, if they came together or not, just do the best you can. Get a sealable bag, those that you press on the side, or those that have the little hook that I told you about. Some sealable bags have this little plastic hook. You see this red one? Okay, buy one you can afford, right? And according to reality, a strong one gonna last for years. All right, so let's say you're gonna put inside this plastic bag the breasts. So you got many chickens, you already sort them out, so you're gonna cook for your entire community all the wings first, okay? And keep the best meat for those plastic bags. All right, so what you're gonna do, you're gonna get a smaller transparent plastic bag, maybe 10 by 10, whichever you have, all those, half sandwich bags, okay, with the paper inside. According to the information that came, expiration day, and re-bagged on. 5 by 5 little things you can make in bold using regular pens, right? Blue pens, always blue pens, okay? So, and then you can put such as little bags like that, transparent. And you put there, so the note, it's also sealable. You already put in there, and it won't harm. Can stay there for months, even years. Keep on the back of the freezer the best meat you have, right? Okay? That are what? I repeat, steaks, not grinded meat. It's forbidden. After the organization launching day, it's forbidden to have grinded meat. They put things in it, you don't even know what is in there. People gonna cut their own meat at their proper kitchens, right? About a centimeter thick, right? Such as for beef, okay? All right, very good. And you're gonna use all this first. What you're gonna do with the bones? So let's say you're gonna keep all the bones in a proper container. If you have too many raccoons gonna be digging, you cannot dig too deep, you know, until we have the bone grinder, because bone, you know, it's very good for the plants, but we don't have that yet. So maybe one or another place have, but not most of them. It's okay. So you can dig deep. You know where's the location you're gonna put them. You know, so if you're moving out the community soon or not, doesn't matter. Put them deep, so you're gonna keep them for the whole week or for the whole day in a bucket with lid. So it's not going to have the scent going far away. You can keep at your kitchen, that's fine, because it's one more barrier that you have is for the walls, right, of your kitchen. So you can put a container, a plastic container, or you can even put on the top of your counter. You know that's for bones, okay? Fish bones, chicken bones, everything. You're not going to use them, you know. On the future, when you have the grinder, that's okay. You can have separate. If you believe you're gonna have the grinder for chicken bones, good bones, right? Soon, that's okay. You have two different buckets with two strong lids. One gonna say chicken and others. The other gonna say fish only. Okay, because we don't want to put fish that's not really like powder into the gardens, okay? But those with chicken, they're gonna be grinded separately, all right? Let's say like that. And one day when we have, because maybe you already still the community, so you know you're gonna put them about 10 meters apart, and you're gonna have a sign, a metal sign, you know, say chicken and others. Every other bone, that's fine, because if they do chickens, they can do the others. But fish will be separate. All right, very good. If you want, if you believe, you know, you can do 3 or 4 separate ones. You can do mammals, chicken, and fish. Three different signs, 10 meters apart. Everyone gonna know. All right, at the end of the week, or when that bucket is full, might be 1 week, might be. Okay, the other thing is for food. Some food use too much space. So, for example, chicken wings, right? They use much more space and they have much less meat than breasts, for example, right? Or a beef. So, make good sense according to reality. Use all the wings first and keep frozen the breasts or the steaks, you know, larger pieces, okay? All right? And always put a note, you know, even that's in a little plastic bag, it's okay, put the note inside. All right? Good. Right, so now I have an update for the moringa and other salads, dark salads you're going to be washing. So, you're going to wash because of some pollution, right? And of course, everyone going to already have clean hands, right? So, mostly you're not disinfecting them for dirty hands because everybody already washed their nails to harvest their salad and they already washed their hands properly. Okay, but if you purchase them from a supermarket that is not in a bag, a proper bag, sealable, entire closed bag, then you have to disinfect them with vinegar, you know, the entire thing. All right, you disinfect them first and you rinse them afterwards, right? When you rinse them, do not rub because it's good to break them down. Some like moringa is too stiff, that's fine. You can rub them, you know, for them to be a little soft and also to break down a little bit though they're stiff. But some are soft, you just rinse them more gently, you know, just to take the vinegar out, or you keep the vinegar, that's fine. But what I want to say, do not rub them too much to take the chlorophyll from it. You just rub a little bit to break down. You can even put some spray of this regular vinegar, like a few sprays, to break them down and make people eat them easier. All right, that's okay. But do not wash them too stiff, so you won't be throwing away good nutrition and chlorophyll from those salads. All right, so you remember, it's mandatory to have everything transparent containers or transparent bag, even rice and beans. Okay, so you remember that. All right, so of course, if it's honey, agave, or these other things, if it's transparent containers, you can keep as they are labeled, right? Because they are liquidy, they are creamy, or whichever it is, So agave, honey, and maple, those three things, keep at their container if they're transparent. If they're not transparent, you pass to another container that's most transparent as possible. Or even two things like that. Just write with permanent marker. Agave, from where? Put the expiration. There's some honeys last for 1,000 years, but I don't know much about agave and about honey. Agave and maple. Okay? So we're gonna use them first because they're liquid form, right? They're not really granules as those you're gonna keep for the very last. Okay, my friends, very good. And then we're gonna also give you a due date when you cannot have agave, honey, and maple from other people anymore, right? You can have only your own honey. So we're gonna tell you afterwards, because to be safe that they have no sugar, because we want to avoid the sugar best as possible, right? Okay. All right, my friends, thank you so much. See you soon. Okay, let me tell you quick about the hydration drink. For 2 years, here's an improvement then for what I said a few days ago. 2 years for everyone, even for infants. All the mothers need to feed them at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. So they already fed their infants about 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, right? Whichever is their reality, but 8 at the establishment. The mother is going to be working at the preschools. They have to feed their infants 8 or 9. So from 8 a.m. until 9:20, so it's mandatory they feed their infants. Let's do 7:40 because some mothers, some rooms gonna have many kids, 10 infants. I think 10 infants are enough for each room, right? Okay, some are inside, some are outside, some at the other locations, right? Playing in the garden, some if you have a little pool, plastic pool, you can use them for now, right? For them to have fun outside. Okay, so from 7:40 to 9:20, so it is mandatory for all the mothers. Let's do 9:25, until 9:25. So they take turns because, some mothers might feed quicker than others, right? Okay, because some infants are newborns and some infants are already 8, 9 months old. Okay, so 7:40 until 9:25, perfect. And that's not the first feeding of the day. The first feeding of the day is at their own homes, at their parents' room, at their rocking chair, comfortable, every day on the same time, every weekday up to Saturday at the same time, to have consistency. On Saturday, everyone needs to stop, even infants, to have this feeding or the hydration drink. Okay, all right. So what happens is, you're gonna, for 2 years, everyone of all ages, elders, teens, young adults. Oh, I'm strong, I don't need. Yes, you need. With the difference, you can have a whole cup or a half serving. That is okay. For people that is feeling strong along the days, that's okay. You can have a half serving. But up to 4th grade and 65 years old and older, it's mandatory to have that whole drink according to the measurement we're going to give you afterwards, right? And you're going to see according to reality, because some places are still very cold, or even their summer is not really summer, and some places are burning hot, and people that move into those locations that they are not used to. So it makes common sense, right? So for the whole jar, you make in 1 liter, for example. So you put 1 big spoon of salt, 1 big spoon of sugar for every liter of water. That's a base. But if you're not there yet, you're using jelly. Okay, it's 1 spoon of jelly, 1 spoon of salt for every liter of water. So a liter, it's about this. You see a hand here? So you see? Okay, this is more or less a liter. All right, so here a half drink, it's okay after 6 months, but not to start with. Everyone drink, I think that is the most reasonable. As I said, because people are moving, people feel they're strong. They're not strong. It passed the days and they're already not feeling good. Okay? All right? And so we are going to do, so 6 months is mandatory for everyone. The large drink, 6 months. The small drink for healthy people, 5th graders and older, it's okay. Up to what? Up to 64 years old, a half drink is okay. 5th graders to 64 years old after 6 months. And we might have some improvement after, but here's the basic, okay? And then we're going to tell you what we're going to do for these 2 years up to 4 years. We're going to tell you afterwards, okay? According to reality reports, if everybody's doing okay or not, if we are going to start only with the elders and elementary, up to elementary kids, or how we're going to do it, we're going to tell you after. But this is already established up to 2 years, and up to 6 months is already established. Thanks so much. We'll see you soon. Okay, so just to be more clear, you're going to have your business until open up. Open up that business, okay? And up to 20 years. So if you open your business for more than 20 years, then you don't need. But yes, you're going to give all documents as possible for the 20 years. So business owners and government leaders going to have documents about pay, stubs for everyone that you really paid, taxes, for these people. For government leaders, you're going to give the, how you call those companies, that... Okay, the other thing I did not say, it's for your transfer to email. So, remember I said here, if it's an old email, you're going to transfer all these Google Docs, make a document, and email to your new email, or copy and paste, okay? Because you already have the dates, the times, you already did all these emails, right? Okay, so whichever you think is bad, if your email had many bad things, don't send an email, you copy and paste. The main thing what's gonna count is the points that you help in yourself, you help in your community, you help in your school, or a school close by to you, doing something, you're not home watching TV or sleeping all day. You understand? All right. And you're not also taking care only of your family. We're 8 billion in this planet. 8 billion people in our planet earth, okay? So this is very important, all right? So yes, you come here and you copy and paste because all the emails already have the date. You sent the date you receive, okay? All right. So you're gonna, if you send an email, that's fine, you know, it's already there. But do not keep them at the email sent only. You're gonna get a copy at your Google account. Make a document. So yes, you can keep email sent. You're gonna send all these, one for all supermarkets, one for all nurseries, one for all clothes store, one for all shoe store, one for all whichever is your reality. Construction sites that sell seeds or trees or material for the garden. All right, one for each. Okay. So send that email, but then you go there and copy and paste as well. So you're gonna have 2 documents. Make videos, you know, as soon as you finish everything, or as you go and make short videos and start adding, okay? So you're gonna make one video with all supermarkets you contact, one video with all nurseries you contact, one video for all clothes or shoes you contact, okay? And you're gonna have one for all, which other one? So supermarkets, producer of clothes or shoes, construction material, hoses, wood or planting pots, right? And who else? And maybe, you know, a place for a land. Just you need just a land. Yes, call people close by. So you're gonna make different Google Docs with all supermarkets, all producers, all construction sites, all lands in big avenues. Always choose big avenues, not the tiny streets that nobody can see. All right? Okay? All right, so you do that, you see? You do that, get ready, get organized, because we need people helping. And you're gonna get points for everything you do. Okay? So at your new email, you can start now with the email you already have, that's fine. Or go ahead and already make the new one, cancel the old one, delete everything that you really don't need, keep only very important documents. Which are they? The electricity, the water, your taxes, you know, everything for the last 10 years for business owners, and also the last 10 years. No, the last 5. The last 5 is plenty. Last 5 years for families. So you pay the water, you pay the electricity, you paid your rent, whichever it is, you paid things, or you have the mortgage up to date, or you have a deed of your house, whichever it is. Let's do 4. I think 4 is better. Last 4 years, you have the receipts of everything, okay? And every business owners, you need, and government leaders, you need 10, the last 10 years. No. Government leaders, they easily can go to the last 20 years because many people did bad things before and now they are in another country, you know, retired, they're young and they're retired doing nothing because they stole a lot of money from the government. So government leaders, 20 years for everything. Taxes, pay stubs to their workers, you know, everything. Because to use some security the country offers, that's one thing. To abuse and go to luxury hotels, luxury restaurants, that is bad, is negative, okay? So government leaders, yes, 20 years. Business owners, if it's very large, 20 years. Yes, 20 years, okay? So family, 4 years, that's enough. All families for your own house, your own survival, okay? All right? Call the companies. If you have that document, that's fine, all right? And you can already start getting organized with that. Okay, so very important. Let's get organized, let's get ready, and we see you soon. Okay, so related to the organization, you're gonna keep it your Google Docs. Open a Google email as soon as possible because they have free Google Docs that's safe. We can use those, all right? Okay, so you keep all that. And what you do here is the number 1, you keep the phone calls and days you send the email. Called on, email sent on, put the date, called, email, just the one sentence for each contact, call or email. The number 2, so you get here, always on the top, you know, which days you contact that supermarket. So have one, if you're gonna contact many, have just one email for only supermarkets, one email for only producers, have a different document for each, because then gonna be better for you to get these videos together. So the other idea is you get one whole week, okay, so you get a few people to help you, whichever you are, you're a teacher of high school or you're guiding, doing this, one of those 4 couples helping the entire residential community, whichever is your reality. So you get 1 week and 1 document for all supermarkets you can in your entire county. And then you get 1 for all producers, 1 entire document for all producers, 1 entire document for all nurseries, and you keep going, all right? Okay. So if you don't have a Google email, remember you need a Google email, Gmail, because they are very good to type, you know, accept everything. It's like a Windows, Word, right? Okay. So it's very easy to choose them. So number 1, days you contact those supermarkets. If you believe gonna be many emails, you have 1 for each supermarket, then you can combine them, that's okay. Or 1 for all. So on this day, called supermarkets, this and that. Email supermarkets, which supermarkets you email, this and that, okay? All right, but number 1 is all just 1 sentence for each. Okay. So number 2 is the copy of the actual email. You see here? Copy of the actual email. All right. So you're going to put there in the body. The oldest goes on the bottom. Okay. The newer ones, newer emails goes on the top. Until you really receive and say thank you, we really appreciate, and send them the video of this short video that you got the things, you got the items, the boxes. That is 1 video. The second video, it's that you counted them. With 2 or 4 couples, you need people. You cannot count them alone. It's not only for your own house, right? You get in these food items or food sprouts or seeds or whichever it is. So you see, there are 2 different videos. 1, yes, we got it. And the best is to show right there when the truck arrives, you're right there. Maybe 6 o'clock. Call them. Say what time you start delivering. Some places start delivering 6:10. They start work at 6, 6:10, 6:20. They are ready at their door. Maybe you live close by, right? Okay, so there you are. So here it is. There are 2 different videos. You see here 2 different videos. So I repeat, one video is the boxes. You get more points if the truck is right there delivering to you. You know, you're right there. Okay, you record the truck, you record the driver giving you the boxes, you're right there helping him. If it's a lot, you know, if it's 1 box, you know, he's gonna give to you. All right, have your ID ready, or a document that you are in front of that school, or a document that you are the owner, or a document, little half letter, you know, simple letter that you're the manager, you're in charge to get that box. Okay, maybe you're not the principal, but the couple, the parents, the teachers that, or the secretary that could come and be there on that time. All right, so here, the second video is different. You're going to record a little bit counting them, and the total, you're going to get a whole printed page, you know, regular print size page. We already gave the number of this page, that how much going to be, right? We said what? We said 28, we said 22 by 28. That's for all countries' new papers. That's how gonna be, all right? If you have those that are too long, such as in the bottom, you know, some goes up to 30, 35, you know, and then you just cut the bottom, okay? All right, so everyone start already, because some of them are long, some for documents, agreements, they're long. Okay, so you get this video 1, video 2, and send it to people that gave that donation, right? People that gave that donation. Say thank you, we appreciate, send the videos, you know, a short video, make a link, send to them. And this video saying thank you, we appreciate. You have people in the background, many people. If you have students, many students. Get them passing, or put everyone in a parking lot, you know, and you can even put all the elementary together, or the middle school together. And thank you for the toothpaste, thank you for the toothbrush, whichever is your reality, what you get. Thank you for the seeds. Even that's a little bit, because that, when the owners, the workers gonna see these emails, you know, they're gonna say, wow, look how nice, okay? All right? And of course, have some people close by, the teacher, the principal, you, right, that make this happen, whichever you are, if you're a volunteer, if you're a person in charge, or if you're a co-worker, if you're a neighbor, whichever you are, you're a helper or your owner of that place. Okay, so you send that email. So when the business owners or the manager receive this last email with these videos that you got, it's mandatory for them to send to their workers. Why? Because for them to be happy, it's mandatory. So you wait until you receive that very last email will be, yes, I, the business owner, or I, the manager, you know, of this or that place. Yes, I did send the link to all our workers to their email, okay? To their email. So, you know, yes, I did. That's the last email. When they answer back to you saying that, and then that's the end of that Google Doc, okay? So you can have one for each company. That's the safest. One for each supermarket you contact and got approval. One for each nursery. One for each construction store that sells seeds or sell lumber, you know, or sell timbers, you know, whichever it is, or hoses, or watering can. Okay? All right. Very good. You got that done. Okay, so now basically it's that. When you ask for a donation, So let's repeat. You can be a non-profit organization director or worker, worker or a volunteer. Or you can be a regular citizen, helping your own residential community, or helping in a park, a public park, or helping a school, or you can work at a school. Or you can be an office of residential community or a business owners. You have a place right there, you want to help the community. So, okay, everyone up to 1 kilometer, you're gonna take sign-ups and make a meeting, talk to them about the base, because you don't want to receive people you don't know, right? But up to 1 kilometer, if you have a business, you have a space that won't interfere, to work with children. Yes, they need to clear background check. They cannot have, have previous history of what? Of going in jail for some reason, or having child abuse of any type, okay? So to work at schools, you need a clear background check, yes. But to work at other regular stores, if you have a land with sun and water, go ahead and do it. Up to 1 kilometer away, we're receiving families, or you can even send the flyers, get the paper, print, print many things. Remember I told you, fold in 4, so you're gonna have a little small flyer and put in people's door. Who you want to invite? A community that's already, more established, is a good start, you can trust them most. Or you want to start in a community that maybe people still using a lot of marijuana, nobody works, everyone is outside but their door looking what's going on and doing nothing. Who you believe you're capable of doing, that's you gonna decide, not us. It's in your hands. How many people can you start? You can start with 10, you can start with 20. Don't go right away to 40, 80, 100. Start small, okay? And have this first group established for 2-4 weeks, and then you go to the very big group. Invite more people, okay? All right. So you're going to have that meeting. Now, let me say a few words, okay? But this is the end of this video. So you already learned how to offer a donation. So this card was to offer a donation. And this card was to ask for a donation. All right, so the basic rules and guidance until we have our proper PowerPoints and everything, the videos ready. That's the information you're gonna use. Go ahead and use. Okay? All right, great. Here's Goiana Ferreira from Florida, and we see you soon. Get ready. Our international conference for teachers, Waldorf teachers, will be in August 2023. That's our year 1. Get ready and let's get going. All right, so this card was for business owners and people that have money, want to give a donation. Now I'm going to explain you how you ask for donation, okay? All right, so I explain everything, right? And how you're gonna ask for people for donation, not donation, but to be free service, and how you're gonna ask for other items for business owners or supermarkets, right? You're gonna ask them for things, okay? All right, so basically, I'm gonna tell you right now. So you're gonna follow the same pattern. What's the pattern? You send an email, first you call them and ask for basic information. So let's say you are here non-profit, or here you're a regular citizen, right? Or a school principal, all right? For a few different things. If you're non-profit, that's okay, already call the places, all right? Call the supermarket. Can you give ginger? Can you give turmeric root, ginger root? Can you give to plant, right? Can you give sprouts? Because some places you can transplant sprouts. Some sprouts are good quality. They have roots. Make sure they have roots. Can I have potatoes? Can I have sweet potatoes? So things that you ask for supermarket. You know, or just when the first contact, can you give some donations to a nonprofit? Can you give some donations to our residential community? You're not only asking for yourself. Yes, up to about how much you believe, 100, 200 of your money, right? Of your, is a big supermarket up to ask already. And get the name of the person, talk to that person, and about how much money, okay? All right, so you have the name of the person to write that email, and of course you get the email, okay? All right, and about how much, and the address you already put there, because maybe you have many different supermarkets with the same name, but the one that got approved, it's this one and not that one. All right, so you get this information from these people, okay? So by the way, on the future, we're not going to have two Ds and we're not going to have two S. So I'm going to already write like that. Don't think I'm crazy, okay? Just to facilitate things in life. Okay, so you are non-profit volunteer, or you're not-profit director, or you're a citizen, or a school principal. So here's a volunteer, here's a real director. You're just asking for information. So for a supermarket, you can ask those things. Roots that can grow, okay? All right. Or for example, things, salt or sugar in granules for your hydration drink. What is your priority, okay, to ask that first donation, okay? For that supermarket or that clothes store or that shoe store or whichever it is your reality, or you need soap, you need shampoo, what you need the most, right? Because people need clothes, people need shoes, always priority. It's water, food, shelter, health, right? Good salads, good things. Not health as medication, no. Salads. So water, food, shelter, good health, right? They need their families together, you know, with a job, established in harmony. And you need the peace, schools. That's the base every family needs. That's the order, okay? That's the order. Okay, food and water might change, but we cannot live without water, all right? Or food, those go together. All right, we cannot live with any of those. Let's put this way. Doesn't matter the order, you just do the best you can. So you're contacting that supermarket. If it's a place, a nursery, or if it's a construction site that sells plants, or if it's a place that sells, some supermarkets sell fruit trees, some supermarkets sell sprouts, as I said, with roots. So we have a variety of places that you can call in town. What you're gonna say? You be honest. I'm just a volunteer. I didn't talk to them yet. I'm asking a donation. Is that possible? Yes. What's the name of the person? First and last name. What's the email of the person? All right. What's the address of your supermarket? Make sure the person you're talking to, because sometimes another supermarket answered that and it's not the one you believe. Make sure you have the proper address. And about how much you believe. We serve food for this amount of people. I'm a principal of this amount of students. You're ready? Or I'm a resident from, you know, I have this 5, 10, 20 families that really need this. Or I am an office of that residential community and I have 10 or 20 families that really need this or that. Or this food is for all of us. So you already tell, before you ask the price, I said, look, this nonprofit sell about, Look online, even that you just volunteer, offer 1,000 or 2,000 baskets a month or meals a month or whichever it is. Okay, I did not talk to them yet, but I'm already asking. That's okay. All right, and then you go to the person in charge, and that person in charge gonna write a letter. So if you're a volunteer, you need to ask someone that works there, right, or is in charge to do that, to sign that letter. You can even bring ready if you want, but they're gonna sign, they're gonna stamp. Always 2 or 4 signatures, depends how big it is. Bigger it is, more signatures you need, right? And 2 stamps, 2 different stamps from that location for the director or from the best stamps you have at that place, such as received or approved or office or secretary or director of this, director that. 2 stamps. Okay. So let's go here now. You're just a resident. Okay, you can write a letter to yourself. You got authorization for a food garden, for example. Say, look, I just got authorization. I'm doing food garden at this school or at my own residential community or this residential community I'm helping. I am in charge. Or you're going to say I'm a volunteer. And then you ask the information. Okay, you can write the letter. But who's going to sign? People in charge. Okay, so get 2 signatures, 2 adult signatures, and that will be who? Will be probably the person, the food garden person in charge, and the person above that is what? Is the office, Who is giving that land? The landowner, right? Whichever it is, the landowner, or the school principal. So you have 2 signatures. The person in charge of the garden and the school principal, or the school principal and the secretary, okay? Because every school needs these 2 things. Some schools don't have the principal and the principal assistant, but every school in all countries need a school principal and a secretary. So that's improvement for what I said yesterday, the May updates number 6, 7, and 8. Number 6, 7, and 8. I did yesterday, but I'm downloading some of them today, May 3rd. So the improvements this for all your documents related to school to donate or to, any important documents, the school and the secretary, all right? And not, as I said before, the principal assistant, because then we have a pattern for all countries, all schools of all sizes, exactly the same. Okay, exactly the same. All right, so, and then you get that for supermarket, and then you get that for a nursery, you get that for any other place, okay? You ask them. So this green card is about asking for donations. Okay? If you asking for help, for volunteers, it's okay. So who you gonna contact? People that probably have a list of volunteers. So you can contact the nonprofit you have at your county. So they didn't close down yet. Well, non-profit for anything, even those that were helping animals, those that were helping people, those were doing anything, helping the environment. That's okay. Contact them just so they can go to that park, not your own residential community, because that only residents can come. But if it's a park, that's okay. You can ask. You can ask the libraries if they have a list of volunteers. Anybody, you can ask the county, you can ask the city. Do you have volunteers? Do you have a list of volunteers? I'm starting a park community garden. Start a community garden at this, at a building. So let's say you make an agreement with a car dealer that doesn't use the space anymore or anything like that, okay? So that you ask. This is the card about asking. All right, everything else is going to be exactly the same. So first is the first phone call. Second is the email with what you need according to the price. Usually will be a total price or a total amount of things. So if you call in, for example, people that make soap or hand soap or toothpaste or toothbrush, things that everyone gonna need. So what you're gonna do? You ask them how much you believe you can give, in price or in amount. Okay, because probably they sell only a few products, right? If it's a supermarket, many different things, probably will be a price. But if it's a business owner that produce just a few items, probably going to be amount. Okay, and then with this answer about the price or the item, the amount of the item itself, and then you write this email. So first is the call, second is the email with 2 signatures and 2 stamps, and then they're gonna reply, and then you're gonna send them a new letter, and then they're gonna tell you exactly the day of the delivery, and 2 people gonna be there 6:20 in the morning by the door. So what you do? Overnight. If you can do overnight, yes, you do overnight. Why? To avoid mean people to put things inside or change things around or cancel things. It's crazy, man. I'm telling you. So yes, do overnight. Because some people are not honest. They change things. They put things with another quality or things with chips in it to know what the person is doing. Is not right. Okay, so if you can, if it's not too much money, or you can invest that money with food, people need food, then send over. But some things take a whole week to deliver. You don't want to wait that long, So yes, do overnight. If you can, do overnight. It's already there. Or just do regular mail with 2-4 days, up to 1 week. All right? Okay. What is your homework when you ask in your donation? Make the videos of everything. Okay? So your spouse can record just a few seconds of every phone call. The beginning of the supermarket call, the beginning of the producer call, a beginning of a nurse, you call to a nurse, you call to a supermarket, call to a producer, call to a clothes store, okay? The beginning of it. For you to prove you call, you say that day, you say that time. The other thing we need to do, it's everything from today on, it's in a 24-hour range. And not 2 p.m., 2 a.m., 9 a.m., 9 p.m. We're not doing that anymore. 6 a.m., 6 p.m., So we're not doing that anymore. 6 p.m., 6 a.m. So we're just doing everything 24 hours. So the zero is the midnight. And the 12, it's the noon. Okay, the mid of the day. All right? Okay? And the 0 is the midnight. Okay? The 0 or 24. You can say it's midnight. You can say it's midnight. You can say it's noon. So you don't have problems right now. For now, it's okay. But when you write it down, it's 12 and it's 0. That's how you're going to write. Okay? 2.00, 2.00, right? Okay? So you can say noon and you can use the word midnight. All right? You can say midday. Let's take the noon out. So it's midday and midnight. Let's use these 2 words because for everyone in all countries, it's very easy to memorize. Midday, midnight. We're not using the words noon anymore, because it's not good. When you write it down, you write 4 zeros here, you write 12.00 between parentheses, midday or midnight, okay? All right, that's very good. So let's just finish here very quick. So you keep all those emails. What you're gonna do with these emails? So you're gonna go in Google Docs. So let me tell you how you're gonna do it. Okay? You're gonna go to Google, your email Google Docs, the one you're using right now. Might be the new one, might be the old one. Of course, all this important information related to the this is okay. You can have the mini one. This is the mini one. Every classroom can have the mini one. Who can have the bigger ones is only the office. Okay, 2 offices, that's plenty. All right, you see here's the mini one. So at the end of the week or at the end of the month, you can staple the classwork, right, of the days they attended and put them in their binders. Have each student binder in plastic, okay, because then they're gonna last many years. So give the paper to those that are already 18, 19, 20 years old, 21, okay, for the young adults, because they're already living. But everyone give priority for the plastic folder, you know, give priority to the smaller kids because they keep going grade after grade and keep the same binders. They have their names with permanent marker. Keep all your permanent markers so you will have them along the years. Just lock them. It's not for children to use them to paint, to color, to write titles. No, we're gonna use proper pencils and proper pens for everything, okay? But permanent markers, you can keep them, all right? And highlighters, yes, you can keep them for the adult education, all right? Yes, I think that's the most convenient, all right? So highlights, all highlights go to adults, married couples. All right, we're doing really great. So and this you never give to the kids, because I don't know if you record on the other video or not, and I'm not going back. You keep at your own cabinet with a lock. When inspectors come to see the locks, you have to have the key. You open up, they quickly check, everything is neat, organized, no dust, no things that's not authorized, you're done, okay? And about the little trash, I already told you, have a simple one, right? For hair, needs to be bigger than that. So something like that. No, let's do also 10 by 20, you know, rectangle. You know those smaller containers about 10 centimeters tall, because it's easy for the girls to put a hair there instead of dropping them in purpose at the floor. And remember, don't have a trash anymore. So you're just gonna do these 2. One is everything that go to the garden, one everything that's gonna be burned. Hair, do not go to the garden. Hair, this is not hair, but I'm just explaining. So you have these 2 separate trash. So here it's colored pencil or black pencil, shavings, you know, shavings, all right? Okay, the other one, it's for to be burned, so it's like hair, and I don't think anything else gonna come to that, but girls' hair, because men's hair gonna be really short, okay? The other thing, let me already tell, is forbidden for any man, to use conditioner. If they're not happy with the soap they have, they cut short. They're not happy, cut even short. It's forbidden. But for females, it's okay, a little bit on the points only. For the last, about 5 to 10 centimeters. Never at their scalp, because then, you know, it's bad for the pores. So some conditioner, use the worst one first, the ones that are most chemical, because in the future we don't need that. We're gonna use natural soap, we're gonna eat healthy, and the hair is gonna be fine, okay? All right? So, but it's okay to use it now. Females only that use conditioner, all right? Give a little bit to each family, very small containers, that's plastic, never glass or things like that. Great. Okay, so here we have more updates and we see you soon. Now let's say a few words about sesame seed and tahini, okay? So here we are. So everyone that's 50 years old and above, okay, so 50 years old and above, right? Okay, so they can have a little spoon of tahini or sesame seed. Excuse me. You're gonna give the tahini first, all right? Because some of them you don't know if they're roasted or not. You don't know if they have things added to it, other oil. Some might process the oil with it. Some might have this oil from another processing machine. So use the tahini first. And then you're gonna use the seeds that are roasted. You see the seeds? And then the last option, for last, you're gonna use the raw sesame seeds. Okay, so here is roasted. And third, last, you're gonna use the raw tahini. Also, keep 1 teaspoon per person that is 50 years old and older. If someone is healthy, you know, they don't need, they don't get it, because so they say for people that need the most, because we have many elders, 70, 80, 90, and 100 in many countries, right? Okay, 1 teaspoon per day, all right? If you have it at your residential community, you give at the residential community. If you have it, their school, their business, whichever it is, send to the clubhouse. So every elder will be having at the same time, before dinner, you know, or in the morning. Instead of have one business here, the school over there, another place over here. No. Everyone that have tahini and sesame seed, because they're the best calcium, and of course with the sun, right? Item we have at this time in our planet is one of the best things. A little spoon have much more calcium than a glass of milk, much more calcium than other things around, okay? So if you have a company, if you give into school principals, for example, if you have that donation, you always send to a clubhouse. And if you have a lot, you have 20 cans, 100 cans. If you have a lot, you can call other residential communities close to you and say, look, I got 100. How many you have? According to the apartments, the number of apartments each one have, and then you are honest and you share, right? Because we're gonna need that. Keep teaspoons along the years. Do not go to a tablespoon. It's better have every day a little bit away from meals. Away from the meals. That's why I say you can do before dinner, after dinner. They have to salivate, and if it's tahini, they have to salivate and not just swallow in a bread. You understand? So then salivate for, let's do 5 minutes. 5 minutes. They're practicing, because when they come to this, they're gonna chew for 5 minutes. If they don't have anything left, it's okay, but at least they put the cell phones, they put the cell phones 5 minutes. And of course, it's going to be very hard for them to keep tahini on their mouth for 5 minutes. But they're practicing for the moment they will have sesame seed at their chewing them. And then going to be much easier, because they already practice with the tahini first. So when they have the real sesame seed or the raw sesame seed, right, the roasted or the raw, they're easily gonna practice this 5 minutes. Always away from the meals. Even that's just 5 minutes away, it's okay. Before or after. And what did I say? If the person is really healthy, or was taking a lot of sun lately, or was already taking tahini, say, I don't need for this semester. It's okay. If you still feel okay, I don't need for this other semester. Always keep your list for the whole semester. Okay, rare exception, one is about health. It's okay, the person didn't know you have weak bones, for example, okay? But keep your list so you know how to calculate things for the whole semester, all right? Very good, very good. And with the seeds, if the person go to even 7-8 minutes, it's even better, but at least 5 minutes. All right, shall we try? Great, we'll see you soon. Okay, let's do a quick recap. All right, so every Wednesday and Friday, if you have a lot, you bring the peelings on those 2 days during your recess. Let's do only every Wednesday. That's plenty, because everyone gonna be careful, gonna have good pencils only on Wednesdays. When you go to recess, you bring this plastic container 10 by 20 and 10 centimeters tall. I told you, is a little rectangular, right? Bring with you, if you the teachers, with a basket of the balls or a little something you're gonna use, that's fine. And you dump them in the proper location, away from food, away from the native trees, and then you bring them empty, wash, and bring back to your classroom every Wednesday, okay? All right, great. Okay, let's go quickly for some updates. The first thing, it's your pencil, color pencil, sharpener, black pencil, sharpener. You have a closed one and a bigger container, 10 by 20 and 10 height, such as those small plastic containers, long ones, not round, as I just showed you. Okay, what you're gonna do? You're going to keep every Wednesday and Friday before the end of the day, or in the morning before the end of the morning classes, or before by 4 p.m. That's it. By 4 p.m. you have to clean that up from your classroom, and you have specific students taking turn. They go quick. They have to come back in 5 minutes or so. Okay? All right. And you can get the ones that finish their assignment first, or have scheduled them, but those that finish their assignment first, that's a good idea, okay? They bring to the proper location, bring back this plastic, okay? But this is still good, because then they're gonna dump right there. Or one child is using this, the other child is using the plastic. Or have two of those, okay? All right. So you're not putting those in plants, because they might have chemicals with them. Remember, all this paint, most of them are not natural, right? Okay, do not put them in food. And do not put on these trees. We're just gonna plant, they will become sprouts and go to bigger pots. Put any other location, great. This you can keep, every one that breaks you keep. And every now and then you have to clean, because sometimes, what happens with me, I keep these like that, so they smash a little bit, but you won't have that. So have one lid, or even two, for people to put those things, right? So, and don't put anything on the top like I do here, because then they will smash, right? But I have a small desk, so I keep everything closer. All right, very good. And wash them every last Friday of the month. You wash those containers. You wash, dump, dry, wash, dump, dry. Okay. All right. So you can keep one. You don't need two. All right. Very good. They will be close to each other. The other thing, if you're going to buy this eraser. It's very good. It's white. It's really don't harm the paper. You can do for black pencils, color pencils. Really a good type of eraser. Any white polymer, you see the white here, they have different companies. This is from Pentel, but we have many ones. Keep the enclosure as I did here. You just cover up the company's name. Leave the word eraser. If it's English, you can leave, right? And slowly you slide so it won't get dirty, because that's the only problem this type of eraser had. They easily get dirty. So just leave the tip out. All right? Okay, very good. Now let's talk about stapler. If you really need to put those assignments together, it's okay. You can keep it, right? Because the folders, every child in every class, we're going to have a folder. You're going to put them there. At the end of the month, you staple them. At the end of the month, you staple them. For you to show on festivals, the parents gonna come for the parents meeting, have a little look. They're short meetings, right? It's just more to show, and you explain a little bit what you did this last 2 months or so, right? Until the next festival, because we have some vacations as well, 4 times a year. So they come. They did always, even that a semester already passed, they always tell about the last few months, and they always tell about the following few months, what's gonna happen, or the following grade. Okay, so we have 4 festivals a year. Teachers talk about that, parents walk around, see their work, and then they go to other classes. All right? Okay? And they ask questions, of course. If they have any question, they're gonna see their children note books. They're gonna make themselves like Waldorf schools, and they also gonna look their folders, everything neat and perfectly organized, not paper here, paper there, don't even know, or notebooks teachers don't use, or use 1 week, then the other week they don't. Okay? All right, very good. Which other update for school? Always at the end of the day, your pencils need to be sharp and not like this green one. You can have, a little smaller, like the blue, it's okay, but not like the green. The other thing, those book covers, the back cover, it's a hard, stiff. So you see, when you have a pencil like that, kids can already use, if they're not going to write, if they're going to draw, they can already use to make that round and nice. You see, the tip of a color pencil just used, so they can do that. If they don't, in case they're going to write something, a title or something, so they have a little piece of paper like that. It's just a hard cardboard, thin, you see, a regular one from notebooks, Okay, so you keep right there on the same counter, those things that I just showed you, this, right? Not that. That stay in your own cabinet, you can keep somewhere like that, with the extra refill, you're gonna keep you're gonna keep at your own cabinet, because you're not going to have drawers. Remember, all the drawers need to get gone. On these first 2 days cleanup, all the drawers from houses, schools, business, government, places, all places, they're gonna get gone. And you can use those forever. Buy very good quality one, and you can use those forever. So we're gonna tell you when we're gonna cancel those. So use wisely, because a box of 500 really go quick for the school, for example. And teachers never gonna get too many. Okay, use a little bit each time, and students don't use them. You're gonna get the whole thing for the week or the whole thing for the month, and then you staple them together, then it's fine. Okay, let me see quickly which are the update. So pens like this, they're bulky. Use them first, but yes, you use them, okay? Just get a permanent marker, cover up, and you're gonna be fine. All right? Okay, and then, because yesterday I explained a few things about those pens, so use those here that's completely closed, use them first. Then you use this, that's a half. It's visible and a half is not. Then you're gonna go to that I showed you before. I don't have anyone right here. Here, those that are completely transparent. Okay, so those are the steps. All right, you can keep black, but every document, remember, is only blue. Every important essay the students are writing for the organization, they're in blue. They're gonna write and practice in pencil. Everything that's possible you do in black pencil first, and then gonna be in blue or green, but not black. All right, very good. We see you soon. Get ready. Other thing, planetary, anywhere, big, small, more or less, huge, they're all forbidden, not needed. Okay, people are going to learn about everything, including the stars, the universe, everything else, with books and videos and nothing else. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon. All right, this is forbidden. You see this thing here? And Play-Dohs. We are going to play with proper clay modeling, okay? But as soon as we have them, you can already purchase if you have them available. And we're gonna play the garden. We're not going to play with sticky things or rubbery things or gadgets that mix them around, okay? So none of those things we're gonna use. Put them on the trash on those 2 cleanup days at your house, at your school, everywhere. Even things for adults. That's all sort of things of clicking, of moving, or putting the ball. You know these little things that you have, that mice, you know, and then the little ball gets here, gets there, or some of them are like this. You get that point. These little things that you slide the where is it? You slide the little ball, you know, and you put in a proper location. Some are like this, and some, you know, have a path, right, to reach, and numbers. So all this is forbidden because they're not needed, not sustainable. There we go. We see you soon. All right, so I have to show you here this type of rug. You see, they're machine made, but we have some that's homemade. And they grab a little bed on the floor for elders. The homemade usually does not have that option of grabbing the back part. Okay, so if you have something for everyone 65 years old and old, you get more points because we don't want anybody to have accident. The ones that are soft but on the back, they grab to the tile, bathroom tile. Okay, any color is fine as soon as it's not completely black. It's okay. If they have a little bit of black, that is acceptable. All right, because we need for everyone 64 years old and older need this on their shower. One of them when they get out the shower, just as prevention. All right, and for children, for the regular couple, you know, anyone younger than that, doesn't matter because they pay attention and they can do it, right? Thank you so much. Here's one more update for us. Thank you.